was able to and conquer those battles
as well. Definitely. Look at Isaiah, Ezekiah, and the Sennacherib.
So what do you know about Isaiah?
Isaiah was a prophet. He was a man of God. Right? He also was in battle as well. Ezekiel was also in battle. Right? But he was also victorious. And he became victorious because of one main reason. One main reason why they became victorious.
So what happened why Isaiah? Hezekiah became victorious, Karen, as we look at his story. He became victorious because, right, that as Christians, as children of God, that we have learned to do as well. He did something that you can't live as a Christian without doing.
Definitely.
He prayed.
Yes, he prayed, and he prayed a very powerful prayer. That prayer is found in Isaiah 37, verses 16 and down. And there is one thing I like about, there was part of the prayer that really draws me. And when he said, O Lord of hosts, God of Israel, and that is verse 16. And he goes down to verse 17, and it says, Incline thine ear, O Lord. Open thine eyes, O Lord, and see and hear all the words of Sennacherib, which thou sent to reproach the living God. He prayed and he received God's favor. He asked for him to listen, to give ear unto him, so that he might hear and answer his prayer.
Yeah. And when after he prayed, and Isaiah was giving him the message, there's another section I like, Isaiah 33 to 35. Says the Lord, Isaiah, not come into this city, shoot an arrow there, or come before it with a shield, or cast up a siege mount against it. By him, by the same he shall return. He shall not come into this, Lord, for I will defend this city to save it for my own sake and for the sake of my servant David. God said he's not going to come here. He's not going to shoot an arrow here. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to come into this city. So Hezekiah did have no reason to be afraid.
Not at all.
Hezekiah could have trusted. And it happened exactly as the Lord said.
Yes, he actually defended him. So history pops up again. History pops up. Interestingly, only Lachish is prominently depicted in Nineveh, the Assyrian capital. Jerusalem is not found on the palace walls. Sennacherib could boast only of the defeat of Lachish. The showdown between God of heaven and the gods of Assyrian ends with the deliverance of his people. Carrie, you always realize that the Lord always delivers.
My God delivers again. And that's why we have to trust in his power and in his strength, because he delivers. And then as we touch on history here again, Karen, as you said, that it was found, there is a place, there says in Jerusalem, it's not found on the palace walls that he defeated Jerusalem, only the other cities. So as the Bible had says it, they have found it to be true, yes, that he was not able to defeat Jerusalem because God had delivered her. He had delivered the Israelites, just as how he said he would have done it. We serve an awesome God, and he's in the delivering business.
Yes, definitely he is, and he will always be.
So when we pray, we just trust him to deliver. There's always somewhere to say, you prayed or I prayed and God delivered. Yes. You know, he prayed and God stopped the war. Yeah.
So we're going to look at Daniel,
Nebuchadnezzar,
and Babylon. that same fellow there, Daniel, is a force to reckon with. Not to mention King Nebuchadnezzar.
And Babylon is all over history as well, so we can't even doubt this one as well, because as we said, we were there. So we saw the young man Daniel, didn't we?
Yes.
I wish that was...
You know, he was so fascinating. Brilliant young man. Brilliant. He believed in God so much. I love his courage. I love his strength. You know, when he was told to eat from the king's table, I mean, look at all the wonderful things they put out there, Kerry.
Yeah, man, a lot of things. Probably some sweet and sour chicken.
Kerry, don't even...
Sweet and sour veggie steak and some oxtail with beans.
Kerry.
And dumplings.